Alright, so we are in a Tesla Model 3 with Brendon. Brendon, say what's up.
What's up?
I can't see you that well. Hang on, brighten you up. There's your face. What's up?
What's up?
Alright, what Model 3 do you own, Brendon?
Currently own a Model 3 Standard Range Plus. Bought it in April 28th of this year. Driven almost 10,000 miles. It's been really fun so far. And I'm here to show you prospective buyers out there what AutoPilot does in this latest software update. The most recent update is able to see red lights and is able to stop you. So when I crossed the intersection this morning, it actually looked at the red light that's left turn and actually warned me to stop, but I was still going because it was still green. But anyways, the purpose of this video is to show you what AutoPilot is actually like for those prospective buyers out there. So I'm currently engaged in AutoPilot to 70 mile an hour max. That's what I like to have it at for efficiency purposes. So now that I'm changing to the left right now, I'm just gonna give the right of way to the Prius, and as soon as it's clear to turn, it's gonna be a gray car, and that's what the car uses to track. So it's gonna follow behind, and once the lane change is complete, it's gonna be a full, it's gonna be solid lines.
So obviously these little white lines, like right here, it had it when that car was passing. Is that like proximity sensors? What's going on there?
It's the cameras that are just looking at the car, judging the distance and everything. You will definitely see it being more active when I change lanes. So as of right now, we're not in heavy traffic right now, so it's actually performing really well. But let's say like I want to do this, it'll start tracking the next car. It'll still keep the car in front of me until I depart that lane, and then it'll look at that car. But as you can see, this car actually wants to turn left, and I'm assuming it's going to take it, but it's not. I actually like to reference this screen to get a feel for what the car is actually thinking. The more you know about what the car is actually doing, the more control of AutoPilot you'll have. Again, it's a driver assistance feature, not a driver replacement feature. I know, I'm pretty sure you've seen recently in the news that someone was caught sleeping on the 5 here in Orange County. That's something I definitely don't recommend. That's something you definitely should not be doing. So as we're entering traffic right here, it actually senses the car in front of me and the car in front of that. So it's kind of like two sets of eyes, and it's super nice. I don't have to worry about braking or anything. My feet are off the gas. It's definitely been a life changer, life saver, especially in the morning commute when I don't have to worry about, thinking about work. And actually think about work without actually having to drive. I have more energy to go into work, and then once when I'm done work, I get off of work and I just relax. It's like taking mass transit, as Jesse, our lovely cameraman here, says he equated it to mass transit.
That's disgusting.
And it really is like mass transit.
It's keeping a good space between the cars, so you can obviously adjust how many spaces you have.
Sure can.
Where is that? How does that work?
So if you want to adjust the car length, I recommend to use the right gear right here. So you can have up to 7 car lengths, which is not recommended. not in California, of course. Not. You want to keep at least 2. Yeah, actually, here's a good demonstration of traffic. And
so now we're navigating to your.
So right now we're navigating toward work, and we're going to let AutoPilot take control. So it's going to do a lane change. I need to move the wheel to confirm, as I'm going to do that right now. It's going to give the car the right of way, but if it senses space, it'll just take it like that. Ta-da.
And I see it's changing lanes to follow mode, and that is following directions, right?
Following the route, yes.
Okay.
So it wants to take that lane, but as we get closer to our destination, it'll continue to move the car in that direction. So it's still navigating traffic pretty well. It's stop and go traffic. As you can tell, it thought that the car was going to do it, but it was going to come to my lane, but it won't.
I'm assuming because that thing is that semi's red, that the semi is a little too close for its sensors.
That is correct.
Okay. Well, you didn't feel close.
Yeah.
If you were normally driving, you wouldn't think that was red.
No, it wouldn't.
I mean, also it's going through a different car. There's the bugs. There are Tesla bugs.
It's all visual. I would navigate on AutoPilot if you want to actually change lanes. So as you approach your destination, it's actually going to tell you here in a little bit that navigate on AutoPilot will end in approximately a few hundred feet, and then regular AutoPilot will take over. Regular lane keeping and speed assist. It'll also take the it'll take the exit for you, which is demonstrated here. It'll take it, and then we'll slow down for ram speed. You guys, I would advise doing it manually. So that's what we're gonna do. But I'm actually gonna show you how it takes curves.
Okay, it didn't really take that well.
No, it did not.
It almost ran right into the... So I think that was a perfect example of why you got to keep your hands on the wheel.
And be alert at all times.
Because if you weren't, we would have went straight into the the railing there.
And that's something that you have to be aware of when you use autopilot. As you can tell, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is something that you have to expect of the car. You think the car is actually going to drive for you, you're sorely mistaken. Again, it's a driver assistance feature, not a driver replacement feature. So now I'm using autopilot on surface streets. It is still usable on surface streets, although navigating on autopilot was designed for freeway. Autopilot, you can use it on surface streets just to help you with the traffic, but you still need to pay attention to the lights because it'll still run red lights and stop signs. My tip is to actually have a lead car in front of you, so the car has a guide. So the more cars you have in front of you, the more of a guide that your car will have. So have other people work for you, essentially. But you can still do automatic lane changes, and there's a truck right in front of me, which is going to give the right of way. As you can tell, it's passing me right now. And once when the truck passes in a safe distance, we'll take the car and turn right. That's pretty much how you should do surface streets. Always check, always make sure you're good. And in California, we have cars usually parked on the right-hand side. I would advise extreme caution when using autopilot because it actually may run into it. So I recommend manual control at this point in time, at least for the software update. Alright guys, so that's what you need to know for autopilot if you're in the market for a Tesla Model 3. You got to see what it's like on freeways, on surface streets. And again, all the features are current as of 2019.32. If you like the video, please leave a comment in the description. Also, my supercharger referral, my Tesla referral link is in the description below. If you click that, we both get 1,000 free supercharging miles, free road trip. It's lasted me for 3 months. So hopefully you get the same benefit if you are looking at one. And the the federal tax credit is at $1,875 and it's due to run up by the end of this year. So definitely take advantage of that. And they also have California Clean Air rebate, which is $2,500, and if you're an Edison customer, that's also $1,000 rebate. So there's a lot of incentives for California residents. And if you're not, check your local check your local website for
check your local listing.
Check your local listing.
Like in the TV
yeah,
show.
TV, yeah. But yeah, just check your local jurisdiction, see what kind of rebates are out there for you. But thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.
There we go.